JB, obviously up 21 with about 4 minutes left in the third period. Kind of what did you see from that point on that allowed Portland to get back in and then obviously being able to close it out in the final few minutes?
It was discipline on our part, myself included. Making sure, again, that we toe the line, but we stay focused on the task at hand. And I felt like we got away from that. Again, and that's my responsibility, to hold it to it, but also act accordingly. So we've got to do a better job of that. But again, give our guys a ton of credit down the stretch. So many guys made so many plays for us. Tobias is poise out there helping AT with the steals, the big offensive boards, JD with the huge offensive rebounds. Wu on the defensive end. We had so many guys that helped us close that game out. But again, it speaks to the depth and the collective of this team.
Ausar picked up 3 fouls really early, came back, and was one of the best players tonight. What did you see from him just from a poise standpoint?
I think he picked up on the discipline and how the whistle was being blown. And he did a much better job of not using his hands and just beating guys to spots. He's a phenomenal talent. And, there's not a lot out there that he can't do. And I think what he's learning is, teams want to put their 5 on him, and he's learning how to make them pay.
Fouled out, I think, at the 8:32 mark. Just tough night for him. Kind of what did you take away from this night?
Again, I thought that last foul he probably could have not, or the 5th foul, excuse me, was a foul that he could have done without. Again, he's done so much and did so much, tonight to help get us to that lead. Again, it's just our responsibility, he and I as leaders of this team to be more disciplined down the stretch.
You had 23 more possessions than these guys between rebounds and turnovers. What did these guys do, I guess, just effort-wise to pull that off?
Yeah, our guys compete, at a high level. They defend at a high level. One of our goals is to win the possession battle. And I think our guys understand how important that is. And I know you will, but we go back and look at the numbers of the teams that win the possession game. It's pretty hard to beat those teams. So one of our focuses coming into this year was that, and trying to win the possession game as many times as we can. That comes down to offensive rebounding, defensive rebounds, forcing teams into turnovers and those types of things. And again, when you do that, you're going to give yourself a really good chance to win it.
J.I. Had 7 of his 11 points in the second quarter. I think today is the 1-month anniversary of his season debut. What did you like about his first half?
Again, I think he's coming along. He's not in an easy position by any means, but I think he's coming along. Gaining his confidence, understanding where he fits, how to pick his spots. We want him to be aggressive. We want him to be. We want him to play like J.I. plays. But, again, 11 months off, it's just takes some time for everybody to get that feel back and then come back, limited minutes and all those things. So we feel like he's progressing well. He's getting comfortable, and we expect the best to still to come.
Ausar Thompson, he made a huge impact tonight. One of 6 Pistons players in double figures. He had a double-double himself, even despite playing through foul trouble. We're going to hear from him on the other side of the break and how he was able to make such a large. Well, Pistons get the win here in Portland. Game 1 here of their West Coast swing. And let's look now at FanDuel's thrilling play. Ausar Thompson, huge in this game. Here we go. The rebound and dunk in the final minute of the game to win 110-102. His aggressiveness was huge despite Cade fouling out. He stepped up in big minutes, and Ausar Thompson was a big reason and why the Pistons were able to get this one done here tonight.
AT, obviously, big lead for the team late in the third quarter. I think Portland been on a 31-9 run. Kind of what did you see in that span, and then just the poise from the team to be able to close it out?
We just got to be aggressive, when they go to zones, attack, keep getting to the basket because it really wasn't the best zone. So just keep doing that, and, it was great we were able to pull it out.
For you picked up 3 early fouls that came back. Really aggressive, impacted the game in all areas. Just kind of run through your night and how you kind of regathered yourself after the tough start.
I got the 3 early fouls, and I was sitting on the bench, and I was like, you just can't let it get to you. You know, I'm gonna come out and I said I'm a lock up on defense without fouling. And then I ended up getting a lot of rebounds, and and then I just found my flow in the game, even though it was late. And I just stuck with it. And thanks to my teammates, they put their arm around me. We're like, just keep going, keep your head. So I was like, all right, cool.
This is the first game of a long 5-game trip. Just what do you want to see from the team, just from a mental standpoint, to be able to withstand this type of long travel and stretch?
Just take every day a day at a time. We took today a day at a time. We have to take tomorrow a day at a time, beat Sac, and just go about it day by day.
All right. Well, the Pistons, this was the first night of a back-to-back for them. They're going to play Sacramento tomorrow night, getting on a plane here shortly. We'll preview that when we come back here. Well, the Pistons will face a Sacramento team here tomorrow night, getting on a plane, and it'll be the second night of a back-to-back for these guys. Sacramento beating the Houston Rockets last night in overtime. So they're going to be facing a team led by DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Russell Westbrook. That's their three-headed monster right there that the Pistons will have to face. Last night for them, they came back in the fourth quarter, just like the Blazers tried to do to the Pistons here tonight. So that's something they'll have to look out for. You look at DeMar right there, shooting over 50% from the field. So that's a guy they're going to have circled on their scouting report. But Pistons are able to get it done here tonight, even after leading by 21. Blazers come in, they cut the deficit, but they are able to still somehow finish this one out despite the foul trouble. And they start game one on a happy note. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in, watching Pistons Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. We'll see you tomorrow night.